Good morning to everybody, and good afternoon and good evening from all over the world. And I cordially welcome all of you all on the day 3 of our committee meeting. It is a pleasure to see you all again. As you will recall, yesterday we worked intensely together and we managed to complete all the items on our provisional timetable. That is item 7D, 16, part 1, the first part of item 8, and sub-item 8.A. We also examined 9 draft decisions under sub-item 8B. I really appreciate this productive way of working. Let us continue our debates in the same spirit. Thanks to all of you all. And this morning, the Bureau discussed our working methods for the examination of nominations in an effort to make our debates as efficient as possible. The Bureau recommended a working methodology to facilitate debates around amendments. When an amendment has been submitted, the committee member that submitted the amendment could be invited to briefly introduce the amendment and possibly ask questions to the submitting state. Following the reply from the submitting state, of course, in line with the Rule 22.4 of our Rules of Procedure, please adhere to the rules of our procedure, 22.4. Further discussion amongst committee members could take place during the adoption of the decision, paragraph by paragraph. So I trust that you will all agree that this would help our discussions.
We will now proceed to the next item of our agenda, which is item 8.B.15 from India, the Durga Puja in Kolkata. I will ask the chair of the evaluation body to introduce this item. Madam, the floor is yours. Thank you.
Thank you. Durga Puja is an annual festival celebrated most notably in Kolkata, in West Bengal of India, but also in other parts of India and amongst the Bengali diaspora. It marks the 10-day worship of the Hindu mother Durga. During the event, the division of class, religion and ethnicities collapse as crowds of spectators walk around and admire the installation of the mother goddess Durga. The evaluation body considered that criteria R1, R4 and R5 are met, but that the information provided is not sufficient to determine whether criteria R2 and R3 are satisfied. The nomination presents the inscription as an initiative related to corporate sponsors focusing on branding the element that could increase the economic potential of the element, which is not the objective of the representative list. Furthermore, the nomination emphasizes the granting of uniqueness to the element, which doesn't contribute to the objectives of the convention. Moreover, the safeguarding measures proposed do not sufficiently address these threats to the element regarding over-commercialization and increased tourism. In conclusion, the evaluation body recommends that this nomination be referred to the submitting state. Thank you.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Well, I'm informed that the Bureau has received an amendment for this resolution presented by Japan. Can I ask the delegation of Japan to introduce the amendment? Please, Japan.
Thank you. Thank you.
Floor is
Thank
yours.
you very much, Mr. Chair. Can you hear me?
Yes, please go ahead.
Okay. Thank you very much. In line with the guidelines given earlier by the chair, let me briefly explain the rationale for amendment and then ask India to respond to my question. Well, first of all, I would like to thank the evaluation body for a very good insight into this particular file. It seems that this particular file has some issues relating to R2 and R3, as explained by the chairperson of the evaluation body. First of all, state parties in general have always had difficulty in responding to criterion R2. On this particular criterion, on the basis of the information provided by India, we believe that Durga Puja, being a good example of sustainable festival, will increase a greater appreciation for sustainable festivals internationally and thus satisfy the criterion. And secondly, on criterion R3, again, based on the information provided by India, we believe that steps have been taken or planned to be taken to address over-commercialization, increased tourism, and possible impact on the environment. The measures include workshops, training modules, digital archives, publications, and guidelines. The communities, groups, and individuals concerned are crucial for the viability of Durga Puja were involved in developing safeguarding measures. On the other hand, as clearly explained earlier, the evaluation body has stated that the safeguarding measure proposed by India do not sufficiently address threats to the element regarding over-commercialization and increased tourism, and possibly on the environment as well. So in this context, I would like to ask India, what are the safeguarding measures that have been taken or are being planned to be taken to mitigate the threats stated by the evaluation body? I would like to give the floor to India. Thank you.
Thank you, Ambassador. Well, I would now give the floor to a delegation of India to answer the question. India, you have the floor, please.
Mr. President, Your Excellency, we congratulate you for the warm and friendly manner in which this discussion is being conducted. The ritual practice of Durga Puja is designed to be ecologically sustainable as the materials used during the festival are biodegradable. For the environment issue raised, in order to further ensure this practice, the State Government of West Bengal, the Pollution Control Board of India, and related entities are taking measures such as laying down rules on the mandatory use of water-soluble and non-toxic paints and natural dyes, setting guidelines on green initiatives for the clay sculptures, Durga Puja committee organizers, etc. On the over-commercialization question, in order to avoid the over-commercialization to preserve the traditional aesthetics and viability of Durga Puja, workshops and training modules inviting people to understand the rituals, protection of the environment, and ecologically sustainable conduct of the festival are conducted on a regular basis by universities and research institutes. On the issue of digital archiving, efforts on traditional performing arts related to Durga Puja are undertaken by various cultural institutions. The state government and non-profit groups award Durga Puja organizers who meet strict standards of sustainability. Several prominent Durga Puja designers work with new groups of rural artisans every year to equip them with new skills and prospective employments. The Durga Puja committees, which are thousands in numbers and are primarily citizen-based, citizen-led initiatives involving all the stakeholders, endeavor tirelessly to ensure that excessive commercial publicity does not take place and maintains the traditional aesthetics. On behalf of the people of India, I urge that the Durga Puja in Kolkata be inscribed by an overwhelming numbers, especially since India has already given substantial information, including research articles, documentation, publications, details of the workshops and training modules to all the member states. And we hope that the inscription is done with the help and cooperation of the member states of the intangible cultural heritage. Thank you, Your Excellency.
Thank you, Ambassador. Well, I see many hands raised. Let's proceed in the following way. Only the member states who have questions would speak now first to ask a question to the submitting state or to the evaluation body. And then we are going to see later to the support. Only the state members who have questions to ask, please. If you don't have questions, please lower your hands. I see Morocco. Do you have a question?
Thank you, Chair. As co-sponsor of the amendment, Morocco would like to commend the State Party of India, an exemplary nomination that similarly blends in aspects, cultural traditions, human creativity, feminine power, social inclusion, and environmental sustainability. The information provided by the State Party of India regarding criteria R2 and R3 shows that the State Party of India has covered all the points raised by the expert body. And I would like to thank my colleague from Japan and of course, my colleague from India for the answers given. So Morocco supports the inscription of Durgapuja in Kolkata on the representative list. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Ambassador. Merci, Monsieur l'Ambassadeur. La question ici, c'est seulement les États membres qui ont une question à poser pour l'instant peuvent poser la question. The Netherlands, please, you have the floor.
Thank you, Mr. Chair, and thank you to the Honorable Representative of India for the explanation on the issues that were raised by the evaluation body. The Netherlands would like to ask the evaluation body whether these explanations satisfy the concerns that were raised in the report. Thank you very much.
Thank you for your question. I give now the floor to the chair of the evaluation body. Madam, you have the floor.
Thank you. On behalf of the EB, I would like to emphasize that the decisions for referral were not considered as a judgment on the element itself. And we noted already that the evaluation body used the dialogue option extensively in this cycle. And I hope that EB has your trust that we use the dialogue option in every case we thought it is possible. However, when we felt that the simple question-answer dialogue would not solve the issue and parts of the file needed to be rewritten, we opted for the referral option, giving the state parties the possibility to improve the element's presentation. We had several examples in the last cycles as well as in this cycle where nominations previously referred came back after 2 years or 4 years and gave the elements the presentation it deserves as a beautiful part of our SEH. So changing the draft decision probably will not change the content of the file. But yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Je vois ici le Togo. Le Togo, vous avez une question à poser? Vous avez la parole.
Monsieur le Président, je n'ai pas bien entendu. Vous avez donné la parole au Togo?
Oui, allez-y, pour poser une question.
Oui, c'est pour poser une question. Nous, en tant que soutien à l'Inde et à l'amendement du Japon, nous avons écouté les réponses de l'ambassadeur de l'Inde et nous pensons que, comme le Maroc, qu'il a effectivement répondu à l'ensemble des problèmes qui concernent encore ce dossier. Et la question que je voulais poser, c'est celle-là que tout à l'heure notre collègue du Pays-Bas a posée. Maintenant, nous sommes convaincus que les éléments apportés suffiraient pour qu'on puisse inscrire le bien. Notre question, ce serait de demander à l'Inde s'il est possible de revenir plus en détail sur les aspects qui concernent la commercialisation, sur l'impact négatif du tourisme et sur les mesures de sauvegarde prévues. Peut-être qu'en donnant plus de détails sur ces sujets, l'organe d'évaluation serait beaucoup plus convaincu. Donc, ma préoccupation, c'est en même temps une question que je reformule de cette manière. Et une fois que ce sera fait, ma question, c'est de redonner la parole au président de l'organe d'évaluation pour qu'il nous dise si cette fois, les réponses apportées lui semblent satisfaisantes. Ensuite, nous pourrons demander à intervenir pour apporter des éléments supplémentaires si vous le souhaitez, Monsieur le Président. Nous soutenons que cet amendement puisse passer et que le dossier de l'Inde puisse passer maintenant. Je vous remercie au nom de la délégation du Togo. Merci, Monsieur le Président.
Merci le Togo pour vos commentaires et pour la question. The delegation of India would like to answer the question which was asked by the Togo. You have the floor, please, Ambassador. India, please.
Sorry, I had lost your sound for the moment. I got it back. Let me answer on the question of the over-commercialization aspect. Let me be more elaborate and describe how the aspect of over-commercialization is being managed by the state party. The Durga Puja in Kolkata has a strong template of coordinated action, including the state, government, civil society organizations, community groups, and the public, in creating an environment that not only proactively minimizes the threats like over-commercialization, but actively encourages awareness and action on social inclusivity, gender sensitivity, welfare initiatives, promotion of traditional artists and artisans, and green initiatives. As against the perception of over-commercialization, the state government, non-profit groups, and corporate houses have been increasingly involved in recognizing and awarding Durga Puja organizers that meet the strict standards of sustainability. The key point here is the synergy that has developed between any commercial organization and the Durga Puja community pujas, with corporate sponsorship directed towards that cross new threshold of artistic creativity, environmental sustainability, and civic virtues. The pride and identity of the community as embodied in the theme or design of the puja has gained importance and attracted funding in recent times. Such theme pujas have unleashed the creativity of designers and artists who have long existed on the fringe of the mainstream art world. They transform the city into a museum or exhibition, transforming everyday spaces into creative exercises and enhancing awareness and sensitivity about civic virtues and responsibilities. In short, a well-directed support of artistically creative and civic-minded pujas have added more value to the Durga Puja than the unleashing of the perception of over-commercialization. Several prominent Durga Puja designers have made it a point to work with new groups of rural artisans every year to equip them with new skills and prospective employment within the festival. It is a unique combination. It is a unique combination of how a traditional art is being promoted and the artisans from the rural areas are being supported. Artisans and craftsmen from rural areas of the state travel to Kolkata to sell their exquisite crafts and other items. Terracotta jewelries, intricate clay figurines, shola pith artifacts, traditional woven clothes are showcased and sold all over Kolkata during the festival. The festival sustains the livelihood of these rural people. In fact, the commercial space of the festival is an effective way of making their artifacts. This not only ensures greater visibility of traditional practices and art forms, forms, but also provides a platform for knowledge dissemination. Durga Puja committees, there are more than 37,000, endeavor tirelessly to ensure that excessive commercial publicity does not overshadow the traditional aesthetics of the festival. Since the festival is community-oriented celebration, commercial activities, ticketed entries, and pandals are not, I repeat, are not a part of it. It is an open to all, non-discriminatory, and all-inclusive event. The festival over the decades has diversified into facets like celebration, dissemination, generating funds for the local community, financial sustainability of the marginalized artists and craftsmen, but it has not projected any personal gratification. The aspect of over-commercialization are not glorified. I think the inscription of the Durga Puja on the representative list of the intangible cultural heritage of humanity will add great value to the representative list. And with the explanation given by the State Party of India, I think the criteria are satisfied. Thank you, Your Excellency.
Thank you, Ambassador. Still concerning the intervention of Togo, I will now give the floor to the chair of the evaluation body to comment on it. Madam, you have the floor.
Thank you very much. I would not like to repeat what I've already said, but the evaluation body evaluates the files based on the information provided in the file itself and uses the dialogue option for minor issues to ensure the fair treatment or evaluation of the elements. Answering extensive questions would mean adding new text to the file, and the evaluation body simply feels that overturned referral presents an unused chance to present the element in the best possible way and come back in one of the next cycles. So, thank you.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Je vois ici la Côte d'Ivoire, l'Arabie Saoudite, le Botswana et la Pologne. Je vous rappelle que nous sommes encore à la phase des questions. Donc, la Côte d'Ivoire, vous avez la parole pour votre question.
Monsieur le Président, ça fait longtemps que nous avons demandé la parole. Notre main est levée, mais en marron et non pas en jaune. Elle ne se voit pas très bien. Merci.
Merci, Monsieur le Président. Ma question portait également sur la commercialisation. L'Indie a largement répondu. Ma délégation est satisfaite de ses réponses. Elle estime que les critères R2 et R3 sont clairement satisfaits. Elle souhaite donc l'inscription du Durga Puja sur la liste de tentatives. Je vous remercie.
Maintenant, je donne la parole à la délégation du Djibouti. Monsieur l'ambassadeur, vous avez la parole.
Merci, Monsieur le Président. Monsieur le Président, je suis désolé d'avoir pris la parole, mais ma main est en marron et non pas en jaune. Peut-être qu'elle est invisible. Merci infiniment, Monsieur le Président. Monsieur le Président, je voudrais d'abord que le secrétariat puisse nous lire le nombre de coparrains aux amendements. Je crois que c'est comme ça qu'on devrait commencer. Je crois que notre collègue, l'ambassadeur du Japon, aurait dû commencer par nous faire lecture du nombre de coparrains initial de cet amendement pour aller après.
Pardon, Monsieur l'ambassadeur, nous sommes encore à la phase des questions, pas des soutiens encore. On y arrivera. Maintenant, c'est seulement pour poser une question ou à l'État qui a présenté les dossiers ou à l'organe d'évaluation.
Celui qui a présenté le dossier, c'est l'ambassadeur du Japon, et en présentant le dossier, l'ambassadeur du Japon aurait dû dire que les amendements sont présentés par ces nombres d'États. Il n'est que le premier coparrain, mais il y en a d'autres coparrains.
Ça viendra après, au moment d'examiner la résolution. Ça viendra. Non, nous avons ici l'Arabie Saoudite. C'est pour poser une question. The member states.
Good morning, Your Excellency. I have lowered my hand long time ago. Thank you.
Thank you. We have now here Poland and Panama. Please, I give the floor to Poland for the question. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I would like to express a comment. Our delegation would like to congratulate India for submission of the nomination filed Durgapuja in Kolkata and thank the submitting state for the additional information concerning criteria R2 and R3. We acknowledge the additional information provided during the dialogue process sufficient. That is why we would like to support the proposed amendment. Thank you.
Maybe there is a problem. I think that it's not clear for the member states that the procedure now is divided in two parts. First of all, we open for questions regarding the presentation of the element, and then to support. I understand now that we still have, nobody anymore. So let's go to the decision. We will proceed paragraph by paragraph. And the list, I'm going to read now the list of co-sponsors of this amendment. Azerbaijan, Cameroon, Côte d'Ivoire, Djibouti, Jamaica, Kazakhstan, Morocco, Panama, Republic of Korea, Rwanda, Sri Lanka, and Togo. You see,
and
you
Chair,
see
could
now.
you add Botswana to the list as well?
Okay, we add Botswana to the list of co-sponsors.
Mr. Chair, sorry to interrupt. This is a Japanese ambassador. Can I also, I received a communication from Poland that Poland wants to be a part of those co-sponsors. So could you add Poland as well? Thank you.
Thank you, Ambassador. So let's now proceed paragraph by paragraph to the adoption of the resolution. Paragraph 1, which was not amended. Is there any objection to paragraph? We have here many hands raised. If you have an objection to the adoption of paragraph 1, keep your hands raised. If not, please lower your hands. So no. Kuwait, do you have any objection of the adoption of
just
paragraph
minor suggestion, Mr. Chair. So we have just to save the time. It seems that a lot of member states are in support. So you might first ask who want to be co-sponsor with Japan. So we don't need to repeat ourselves for the whole amendment. So can everyone raise their hand? So that we don't need to raise para by para. So you can ask a question. Does anyone want to support Japan? Then we can go para. So we don't have to raise our hands. So my suggestion, if you can ask us this way, because Kuwait wanted to be co-sponsored with Japan, and I see a lot of colleagues also do the same thing.
Thank you, Ambassador. Yes, Kuwait will be added as co-sponsor. But we can now proceed paragraph by paragraph if there is no objections. Okay, so any objection to paragraph 1? I see none. Adopted. Let's go now to paragraph 2. Criterion R1. Any objection? I see none. Adopted. Criterion R4. Any objection? I see none. Adopted. Criterion R5. Any objection? I see none. Adopted. So we now adopt paragraph 2 as a whole. Adopted. Let's move to paragraph 3, which was amended. So the list of sponsors is on the screen. Japan, Côte d'Ivoire, Djibouti, Kazakhstan, Morocco, Panama, Republic of Korea, Sri Lanka, Togo, Azerbaijan, Cameroon, Jamaica, Rwanda, Botswana, Poland. Saudi Arabia, we now add Saudi Arabia and Sri Lanka, I understand, to the list of co-sponsors of the amendment, and Kuwait. Can we adopt? So, criterion R2, same sponsors as amended. Can we have the same sponsors as I read before? Okay, so the Secretary will provide to add to the list of sponsors of this criterion. Can we adopt criterion R2 as amended? Any objection? I see none. Adopted. So let's move now to criterion R3. We are going to add the same sponsors of the amended criterion. Can we adopt it as amended? Any objection? I see none. Adopted. Now let's adopt the paragraph 3 as a whole, as amended. Any objection? I see none. Adopted. Now we are in paragraph 4. Same, I understand, same sponsors. Any objection to paragraph 4 as amended? I see none. Adopted. Previous paragraph 5 was deleted, and let's move to the new paragraph 5. Any objection? I see none. Adopted. So now let's proceed to the adoption of decision as a whole. Any objection? Any comment? Please, Secretary, go up. We see Kuwait asking for the floor. Ambassador, you have the floor, please.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I think also we need to add the standard para, like based on the information giving, the Secretary has to provide us, based on the information giving, so R2, R3 are changed. So before we adopt the whole thing. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Ambassador. The Secretariat is informing me that it's already been done. Thank you. So we will now adopt the resolution as amended. Any objection? The resolution as a whole? I see none. Adopted. So congratulations to India. And I would like now to give the floor to the Ambassador of India. Ambassador, you have the floor, please.
Excellency, on behalf of the people of India, I thank the member states that have supported India's nomination of Durgapuja in Kolkata to the representative list of the intangible cultural heritage of humanity, I thank the ICH Secretariat as well. Durga is the feminine divine that transcends boundaries and is cross-cultural. In India, we have an ancient Sanskrit saying from the Rig Veda, Ekam Sat Vipra Bahuda Vadanti, which means the truth is one, wise call it by various names. In India, the feminine divine is known as Ma Durga, Ma Shakti, Ma Prakriti, and other names. I now invite you all to please come to India during this festival of Navratra and experience this beautiful Durga Puja. I also invite you to see the beautiful video of Durga Puja and request the Secretariat to kindly play it. Thank you.
Thank you, Ambassador. We have a video. On peut démarrer la vidéo. Oui.
The Durga Puja is a festival that cuts across barriers of caste, creed, and economic status as a joyous celebration of feminine energy. Women invoke the Mother Goddess and dance in abandon to the rhythmic beats of the dhak and shank. Nothing compares with the pomp, exuberance, and zest of the festival of the warrior goddess Durga. It is the city of Kolkata, along the Hooghly River, that remains the epicenter of this festivity. One of the most enduring rituals is the Kumari Puja, where the girl child is worshipped as Devi, proclaiming that there is a goddess within every woman. Centuries ago, wealthy zamindar families organized the puja in their feudal baris or mansions. With time, the nature of the festival took on a more public or sarvajanik route. The pandals act as community spaces for worship, art, revelry, food and craft. It is estimated that nearly 5,000 Durga Pujas are organized annually in Kolkata alone. It supports an entire ecosystem of craftspeople, artisans, chefs and artists. After the 10-day festival is over, these evanescent installations are dismantled and the materials recycled for other purposes. It is more important today than ever before to realize the power of the goddess within every woman.
Congratulations to India.